Well, I think we're gonna have to go ahead and do the only thing we can do. Thanks for the tox roll. Oh no! Nice. Hello and welcome. My name is Stretch, and today we are taking a look at a fun Alchemy play queue deck. This deck I have lovingly titled TeleTergrid. You will probably see some other brews similar to this, although this one is my own. The reason you'll see other brews is because there are some combos in the deck that are just so obvious, there's no way that other people have not played with them. As you can imagine by the name, there are two cards in particular that this deck is based around. We are based around Teleportation Circle, which allows you to exile an artifact or creature you control at the end of your turn and then return it to play under your control, and Tergrid, the God of Fright, which can also be played as Tergrid's Lantern. So because of that, we have lots of sacrifice and discard effects, hopefully targeting our opponent in this deck. Looking at our discard effects, we have Acquisitions Expert, which is usually just a discard one, although we do have some clerics in the deck with Priest of Ancient Lore and Professor of Symbology that allow you to potentially pull, maybe look at two cards. We also have By Invitation Only, and By Invitation Only plus Tergrid is the Wombo combo. Now, it's usually going to be coming down and you're going to be selecting 13 or whatever the max value you can select is to just get all players to sacrifice all creatures. And even if you end up sacrificing your own Tergrid to By Invitations Only effect, you still get Tergrid's effect of taking control of sacrificed creatures. So that means you don't have a one-sided board wipe, but you have a board wipe that destroys everything, but you get to take control of all the creatures that you made your opponent sacrifice with By Invitation Only. Now, to get the most value out of our dorks that we're going to be using, we synchronize really well with Teleportation Circle. Every other creature or artifact that we have in the deck is picked specifically to work very well with Teleportation Circle. They all have Enter the Battlefield effects. So Professor of Symbology lets us learn Potion of Healing, which is normally a very meh card. Turns out to be a lot better when it just turns into a free draw one every single turn off of your Teleportation Circle. Acquisitions Expert lets you discard all game long. And we also have some removal creatures with Brutal Cathar and Skyclave Apparition. I honestly could not determine which one was better, so that's why I went with the 2-3 split here. I ended up leaning a little bit more towards Skyclave Apparition because it does actually synergize very well with Portable Hole. Skyclave Apparition can come down and you can repeatedly blink it over and over and over again to grab as many permanents as you want, and the tokens that are left over can be sucked up with Portable Hole. And again, if you capture a token with Portable Hole, it simply ceases to exist, so you can then blink the Portable Hole to grab more leftover tokens created by Skyclave Apparition. We also have really cool synergy with Key to the Archive, which is everybody's favorite busted alchemy card because the draft on Spellbook or draft from Spellbook effect happens when it enters the battlefield. Teleportation Circle essentially can let you draft some of the most broken cards in the game once a turn. Extremely powerful. And to round the deck out, we also are using Kaya, simply because her +1 works very, very, very well with our Weenie and Dork creatures. And for the same reason that Teleportation Circle does. You can throw a counter on your Acquisitions Expert, you can jump with it, and immediately play it again the next turn. That 1/1 spirit you get off it doesn't hurt either. The flexibility to exile any permanent is extremely useful. There are lots of permanents that you're going to be playing against that may not be creatures, or they have a very high mana value, so you can't really hit them with Brutal Cathar or Skyclave Apparition, but there's nothing that you can't really hit with Kaya. Her ultimate, if you get to it, is also extremely relevant in the deck because not only does it allow you to pull Kaya back, it allows you to pull Tergrid back. So even if Tergrid gets answered early on in the game, being able to cast a Tergrid for free every turn is no joke. To round it off as well, we just have one simple copy of Vanishing Verse because Vanishing Verse is just an incredibly good card. There is seldom going to be a matchup where there's not something that you want to hit with Vanishing Verse, and being able to just trade 1 for 1 for their best thing is never something to complain about. Because we're going to be blinking Professor of Symbology, we will often be looting, but we also include environmental sciences just for mana fixing and to gain a little bit of life if we need to. Reduce to memory if there's a permanent you just need to get out of there, and even if they do produce that 3/2 token, fantastic target for your portable hole. Introduction of Prophecy, because why not? It never hurts to be able to scry and draw. 2 Mascot Exhibitions serve as win conditions if the game goes pretty long, and 1 Confront the Past, just to snipe Planeswalkers or potentially get our own Kaya back if we need to. That being said, this is the deck. Let's queue up on the play queue and see how it does. Alright, and this hand is very slow without the mana that we need to cast anything. So this is going to be a mull. This looks a lot better. And do we want a sweeper or the vampire? We'll definitely keep 6, and I think without the buy invitation only, we get a pretty sweet curve, and we'll just have to hope that we don't need it. And with 5 mana, we'll still go for the environmental sciences. Although we do have our path all the way up to Tergrid at this point. And nothing from them yet. Interesting. Well, let's see. Are you gonna shock the professor? No? Okay. That is probably... The Welcoming Vampire is not going to stick around. Almost certainly. Almost certainly. Yep. And no dragons revealed. No problem. Toralf's Disciple. Interesting. Okay. So, yep. Sciences... And grab a swamp, make it a little bit easier to cast Tergrid, and that gives us easy to acquisitions expert. Show 2. Oh, we're going to get rid of the Moon Veil. Easy pick there. I mean, it's going to get to a point. How many lightning bolts do you want in your deck? But we're kind of making this pretty easy for them, unfortunately, withdrawing lots and lots of lands. Thank you, Shuffler. And Tergrid's just going to get removed. No doubt about it. Did you draw a lightning bolt? No, the Dragon's Fire. Okay. Well, that is cool. I'll exile that Regent. Although the odds of Kaya surviving are essentially nil. And we'll still leave the Acquisitions Expert on D just in case. Yeah, they can Bugbear if they want to. Or, I don't know, maybe they'll pull in the Dragon. We'll see. They did not. Yeah, we gotta hope for something other than a land off the top. Oh, that is something other than a land. I would have liked anything else, though. Oh, shit. Oh, man, if that misplay costs the game, I'm going to be so sad. Careful tapping Tergrid's Lantern. Them's the rules. Swing everything at Kaya. Bugbear at Kaya. What does it mean? Alright, we gotta let Kaya go. So how many cards? I can't believe we're going to lose this because we... They have 2 lightning bolts in their hand, that would do it. Man, 1 activation. Or not? I mean, if he's got a land in hand, we win. If he's got 2 lightning bolts, we lose. Although I can't imagine he'd been holding the lightning bolt that whole time. This would have been the activation that got us, but we might be able to survive 1 more turn. Here's hoping they drew a lightning bolt. Hit me for 3. Just don't draw more cards, and don't make tokens. I think we got it. I think we got it.
1 eternity later.
Only rude players emote. Sick, dude. Oh, we got answers to creatures. No way. No way. Fearsome Whelp. The flying and haste. Well, we just gotta crack the potion. I mean, I'll buy invitation only for one, sure. No way. What a rude dude, though. Do we just play the Skyclave Apparition? They have, like, targeted creature removal? Probably. I think we hold on to it. We have a lot of top decks that would be really good here. And yeah, drawing, like, 4 lightning bolts is to be expected. Oh, well, there we go. Give me Approach of the Second Sun. They did not give me Approach of the Second Sun. Alright, there's a really good chance he just top decks another lightning bolt and that's the end of it. And he did not. We can counterspell the next lightning bolt. We have to counter that. Oh, man. Well, we could start getting in with some stuff. We just have to try. Present lethal. Alright, can you remove 3 creatures? He probably can. He's just gonna lightning bolt the face. Oh, Fearsome Whelp. And Minion of the Mighty. Hell yeah. We obviously swing with everything. Block. Block. Alright. Hope for the best. Did he draw the lightning bolt? It all comes down to this. He's probably gonna rope. Sorry, dude. Alright, what do we got to start off with? No black mana. Rough. That's a mulligan. This is better. And we probably only need 1 Skyclave app. Snowfield Sinkhole. Or Zov Control, most likely. But playing regular planes. Maybe it's just a budget land choice? Thunderous Orator. I got a feeling Skyclave Apparition is going to be pretty spicy here. Yeah, we'll still go for the Environmental Sciences for something to sneak in. Do you want to trade with the Professor? I didn't think you would. Yeah, we'll Skyclave Apparition here. Grab the Fang Blade. Maybe this is some weird adventures deck. But I still don't want to trade my Professor. It's worth more to us being able to blink. Even if it just sits on the field for a little while, that's fine. And that is a big creature. Alright, let's remove it. You can have a token. I'll have the Dungeoneer. Thanks. Understandable. And we're not going to jump that. So I do want to get Key down, but I think it's also important to disrupt their hand and gain a little life. We're going to... Well... Yeah. Acquisitions Expert's a discard too. Can't mess up on that. So, yep, we will still Environmental Sciences. Gain us a little bit of life. Gain us a swamp. And we'll Acquisitions Expert. So we'll be able to see their entire hand and discard at least 2 of the cards. Unless they interact or instant speed kill the Acquisitions Expert, in which case we could just go ahead and grab Mascot Exhibition and stall out the board. It'll take a turn to play it, but that's fine. Or creatures in your party. This is a weird deck. And we're going to take the Gargoyle. Let's keep them from adventuring. Fair enough. I don't get why you're not attacking with the Orator too. The ability for me to just blink is kind of too good to pass up. Now let's draw some more cards. Barrowin. Sure. Yeah, I think you needed to do that last time. What does that have? Vigilance? Yeah, we'll trade off here and just absorb the damage here. That'll leave us with that, and then yeah, this should be fine. And we'll just go ahead and blank you. Get that power and toughness back on the board. Sure. Is this the time? I think it is. So Acquisitions Expert, draw a card. Make them discard. And we'll get our... I think... Do we remove the creature? I think we do. I keep wanting to play Key, but we just have been kind of at the razor's edge this whole time. And can we risk the attack? I think we can. Well, not with the vampire. We'll attack with the token. And we can still crack the potion too to heal if we need to. Oh, good game. Good game? Hey. Good game. Alright, 3 lands. Acquisitions expert. Little slow, but we'll try it. Tough decision. I just mulliganed for you. Ah. Dungeons. Alright. By invitation only. Might be pretty spicy here. And I think we just attack, because what are we going to do? We're not going to block with the Acquisitions Expert. Hopefully they forget that Triumphant Adventure doesn't have first strike. Nope, they remembered. First strike as long as it's your turn. Land off the top would be fantastic. And it was a land off the top. And what are we going to get? I mean, how do we say no to Time Warp? Time Warp with Kaya is just going to be too good. We can give up the Professor here. Let's just hope they don't have a way to interact with artifacts. I'm hoping that they just go ahead and drop their 4th land and then play, you know, 2 more 2-drops. If I saw 2 more Triumphant Adventures, I'd be the happiest man in the world right now. Oh, an Inquisitor Captain. That's fine too. Oh, that's actually even better. That is perfect. Sure, I'll take 4. This looks like the wrapper that CGB was using. But, yep. 13, why not? And Portable Hull is also fine. So we can Kaya and potentially Portable Hull. Nadar is kind of annoying. Come on, play another 2-drop. Perfect.
If you want a job done right, hire tools.
The Gargoyle. They're gonna complete dungeon here in a second. I'm pretty sure that's what CGB was doing too, is playing Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I know. Oh, you can have the Malison back. Does that leave me enough mana to Time Warp? It certainly does. But it can't be blocked as long as it's attacking alone. Yeah. Hate to see it happen. But no, the thought I was going to say there is I know when I was watching CGB playing, he was going for the longer dungeon route. Watching Legend, he goes for the shorter just to complete more dungeons as quickly as possible. But Legend was also playing with Eliwick, so I think that matters. Only white mana, but you know what? We'll deal with it. Sun Pumpkin. I guess we'll be greedy and go for the Vampire first and then Priest. Get that double draw going. There we go. There's some black mana, thankfully. Not surprising in the least. But let's go ahead and draw some more cards. And now we can double spell next turn. Ooh. It's token time. And I cannot resist the urge to get Teleportation Circle down. And we can let them... Actually, just maybe... Well, no. They can Acquisitions Expert just to start soaking up the 1/1 tokens, but I'm actually not too concerned about them. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get Teleportation Circle down. Just get our card draw. Gain 1 life. And Citystalker Connoisseur is fantastic. But yeah, once we can get... let's see, what's better? Probably to keep 1 priest in hand, because we're going to end up using By Invitation only to sacrifice a bunch of stuff anyway. That is extremely likely what's happening. I'm expecting them to pump out a bunch more tokens. I'm waiting for my wedding announcement. Guys gotta think. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they just DC'd. Yeah, showdown, sure. Colossal Plow, hell yeah. Alright, really cool. What is the Colossal Plow combo that I'm most afraid of? I'm honestly not sure. So, I think we need to keep hitting land drops, for sure. So this will allow us, yeah, Professor into Sciences. Into black mana for Acquisitions Expert. Alright, let's see 2 cards, bucko. Well, they gotta have duplicates. They wouldn't show both of these just because. But the smashing could smash all of our 1/1s. So yeah, we'll get rid of that first. And we'll make them discard again. Another Shatter Skull smashing. Okay. We still got... Oh, yes! I have to say nice to the combo. Do we trade one out here? I mean, why not? We're gonna end up needing to switch anyway, so yeah, we'll trade one out. And another Teleportation Circle. How greedy can we get? I don't think we should get that greedy. And this is gonna add how much mana? 3 mana. But we can just block it. Maybe we do Teleportation Circle and just blink them both. I think so. We can also Vanishing Verse the Ox beforehand. Unless they got some more removal. I can't believe we're gonna Vanishing Verse an Ox. That's so silly. But we gotta keep them from manning the cow, or manning the, yeah, we'll hit for 1. Gotta keep them from manning the Colossal Plow. Got 1 mana interaction. Alright, let's see that hand again. What does this do again? It deals 7 damage to any target. I'm really not that concerned about that. We'll get rid of the Showdown. They almost certainly have to have another card draw effect, otherwise they wouldn't have presented that. Okay. And not playing the wedding announcement. Okay. And did they just decline to learn? They must have. Well, we can get both cards in hand here and drop another priest. I think that's probably our best value. I mean, I suppose we could play Kaya, but we'll give that another turn. We'll get both cards out of their hand. We need to stop them in their tracks right now. Because if these token generators, they can start getting out of hand. And I wonder why they presented what they did. That is really bizarre to me. We got another planes, fine. And we'll do the same thing. Blink and discard. And yeah, we'll take your last land. Well, let's see if we get the timeout. Get rid of that. And I guess we don't attack. And we'll just target the priest twice, even though it doesn't matter. There's nothing for them to discard, and we're just going to draw once anyway. Unfortunately, with Teleportation Circle, you cannot target the same thing twice with two separate circles. So, fun thing to note. Alright, you got a card in your hand, my friend. You got to play it. Kaya's going to be able to start. Ooh, Portable Hole. Well, that's sad. But we will somehow endure. Oh, drop that. Skyclave cannot eat tokens, sadly. Oh, easy peasy. Good game. Alright. Pretty decent curve. 3 mana. This is an easy keep. Dragons again. They must have Fearsome Whelp if they're willing to drop the Orb of Dragonkind. Or a duplicate. Something else they want to do in 2 mana. Good play, opponent. Land off the top would be pretty cool. It was not land off the top, which is not cool. Alright, let's get that interaction, my friend. You gonna zap something? Probably want to zap this. But again, if we don't get land off the top, we can, I guess, just play Brutal Cathar 2, draw a card. We really need to start hitting land. But that's fine. Not surprising. Sacrifice it, decline. I'll take 2 damage. Oh, we got our Field of Ruin here. I think we need to get Teleportation Circle down here, unfortunately. We need to start getting value out of these creatures, and we're just going to have to take the bump from Townraiser Tower and hope that we can start gaining some back with Priest of Ancient Lore. Let's get them to start discarding. Okay. And I do think we have to sacrifice it at this point. But we got our planes, which is cool. See what they have in hand. Another Town Razor Tyrant. Yep, we're going to get rid of that, and we are going to Vanishing Verse this one. Does Divine Purge exile all artifacts and creatures? Teleportation Circle is an enchantment, though, so that's fine. Oof. And let's hope they don't have spot removal.
Focus. I got a job to do. It's the least you deserve.
And the dragon comes back. And it's targeting the Kaya, interestingly enough. Some people are just afraid of planeswalkers, when I really don't think they need to be.
Deck is inevitable. When I say go, you go.
Six, 6 flying haste. Alright, need something spicy off the top. Although, I do not think we will get as lucky. Is there even anything we can get with Key to the Archive? I don't think so. And yeah, that'll put us at, yep, good game. Alright, looks like a pretty good opening hand. We will take it. And it is a little bit more mana efficient to play the priest here, so that's what we're going to do. Lots of ramp. Lots and lots of ramp. Well, let us get the value train going. Ooh, do they have Jawari Disruption? They may. Oh, no, I guess not. I wouldn't expect counters, but you never know. Anytime there's blue, it's risky. That's what it feels like. And we got Tergrid and by invitation only in hand. Please play a coma. Ramp into a coma, I'm begging you. Or ramp into Toxrill. Toxrill would be sick too. Okay. So let's go ahead, hit him with the Acquisitions Expert. Let's check out 2 cards. Settle the Wilds. And another Dryad. We'll get rid of that Settle the Wilds. And I might want to play Tergrid next turn, so we're just going to ramp here. Or Environmental Sciences. Not exactly the poor man's ramp. Alright, I'm expecting something juicy. Next turn. We'll just get Tergrid on the field. We'll just attack with this. Let's see them switch out. Oh, really? They're gonna... Really? Sure. Thanks for the instant, my dude. I would love to have a Binding the Old Gods. Oh. Oh no. Well, I think we're gonna have to go ahead and do the only thing we can do. Thanks for the Toxrill. Oh no! Nice. I gotta give a nice to that. Cyclone Summoner was the perfect answer. But yeah, with that out of the way, we need another by invitation only. We need them to try to like just dump on the board and hopefully sweep a lot of it all at once. Well, sometimes you get lucky. But in this case, I think I am just going to go ahead. They only have 2 mana, so they can draw 2 cards with it. Do I just buy invitation only now? I don't think so. I think we try to draw more cards. And we'll let them get the slugs, which will be very sad. But that's okay. We can still block one of them. And I mean, they can Binding to destroy the vampire if they want to. We'll see if they have another big counter. Perfect! Black, blue, green, super big stuff. Oh, they're tapped out, so at least they don't get to draw cards off it. They still got a ton of mana, though. They're still going to be able to play all them big boys. And I don't want to play the Skyclave because I don't want to exile their Binding. Kaya would be cool here. I would take a Kaya. Another Teleportation Circle would be cool. Vanishing Verse is not as cool. Maybe we can mill him. At least that is a target for... That is not a target for Skyclave Apparition. We're going to have to exile Ren. This has turned into a slog. This is where we really need a Kaya. We need something that can generate us some value, or a Key to the Archive would be super, super, super cool. Another Teleportation Circle would be fantastic. Professor of Symbology, that's something at least. Because Professor of Symbology is actually a mascot exhibition. Oh no. Well, it's actually not that bad. And Key to the Archive. And a regrowth. Discard a card. What are we going to discard? Probably Skyclave. Doesn't seem too helpful here. Potion of Healing. Another by invitation only. Fantastic. And Professor of Symbology can get us another mascot exhibition. And we can take a bump for 7 in the meantime. Actually, we don't really need to learn anymore. We'll let the professor go. Alright, we're going to have to hope we can just drain them out. We got a lot of mana to support it. And Citystalker can just be the meat shield for a turn or two, and we might as well just portable hole the Florahedron. What you gonna get with the field trip? Teachings. That's a good draw. All right. We might as well sacrifice the binding. I don't see why not. All it's going to do is thin another forest for them. Their mana is already so absurdly over the top, and it doesn't look like they have any crazy amount of draws. Thirst for Discovery. I take that back. They do have another card in hand. What could it be? Another Thirst for Discovery. So how do we outgrind these giant bombs? We need a Kaya. Kaya would be sick. There's 2 in the deck, and we're already halfway through, and we've drawn 0 so far. Another Teleportation Circle would be fantastic, even with all their bindings that they have. And they discarded another Toxrill. They have to have something nutty. Tergrid's Lantern coming in hot. All right, if we can survive one more turn, I think we got it. And there's another coma. I think we got it. I think we got it. Unless they have another binding. Tergrid's Lantern for the clutch. Thanks, Tergrid. Came back from the Toxrill bounce. Incredible. Incredible. All right. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I hope you enjoyed the fun jank with TeleTergrid. Hopefully you got some fun ideas. Again, this is probably not a deck that you're going to be able to use to climb the ladder, but if you want to hop on the play queue, this is in that sweet spot where it's definitely good enough to stomp most other play queue decks, but not quite good enough to get matched against meta decks. So you will have some fun wins here, even if you don't rank up from them. So again, my name is Stretch. I hope you had a lot of fun watching, and I will catch you in the next video.